Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite esthetician again, and today we're talking about ingredients that you should not mix. If you're interested in this content, please keep on watching. So I get a lot of these questions. What should I not mix? Should I combine this and this? What will happen if this happens? Okay. We're addressing it today. Before I proceed, I want to make some points clear. Number one, when I say do not mix them, I'm not saying they cannot be used in the same routine. All I'm saying is that they should not be used at the same time. So what that means is that you can use it at different times of the day. So you can use one in the morning and the other at night, or you can use them on alternate days. So you use one today, use the other one the next day. Just don't try use them at the same time in a routine. Do you get? That's what I mean by don't mix. Then number two, not all of them cancel out each other. So it's not that if you mix them, they'll cancel each other, neutralize each other, or turn into a chemical on your skin. No, that's not what I'm saying. A lot of the ingredients that I would advise you not to mix is from a sensitivity standpoint. When you use them together, they sensitize your skin, and if you are black or you are a person of color, you know that once your skin is sensitized, that can lead to inflammation and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is a killer to treat. To a very large extent, I try to give advice that would help prevent that from happening. Thirdly, these advice don't apply when products are formulated with these ingredients, because when a product is formulated with several ingredients, even if ideally they could lead to sensitivity or they don't work together, when a product is formulated with these ingredients, they have been encapsulated or formulated in a manner that would prevent them from interacting. So they go into your skin and they get the job done without interacting with each other. And that's why I honestly prefer products that are well-rounded than individual ingredient products like all them The Ordinary and co. No, I like them. They're great products, especially when you want to introduce a particular ingredient in your routine. But I don't just like routines that have a lot of them. Anyway, I'm digressing. That's a video for another day. And lastly, I cannot address all the ingredients out there. I'm just going to pick the very popular ones and say things that you should not mix with them. So if you have ingredients that you're worried about, just leave them in the or combinations that you're worried about, leave them in the comment section, and I'll give you my opinion on whether or not they can be mixed. So now the first one we are dealing with is benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide is an acne fighting ingredient, so it kills the bacteria that causes acne. Very powerful, one of the most effective anti-ingredients there is. Now, how it works is that it creates free radicals in our skin, and that helps to kill this cutie bacteria that causes acne. Now, the problem with benzoyl peroxide is that it's one of the most unfriendly ingredients. It doesn't play well with almost every ingredient. In fact, the only ingredients that it likes are fellow acne fighting ingredients. Other things, no. For example, benzoyl peroxide and retinoids, especially tretinoin. Benzoyl peroxide renders retinoids inactive, deactivates them completely. Waste of time, waste of money. An exception though is adapalene, but for others, do not combine benzoyl peroxide and retinoids together. Another ingredient you cannot combine with benzoyl peroxide are antioxidants. So antioxidants' sole ambition is to neutralize free radicals. Benzoyl peroxide acts on acne bacteria by creating free radicals. So free radicals, having an ingredient that creates free radicals and having an ingredient that neutralizes free radicals will just lead to a disaster. They will just be fighting each other. They will leave the acne that they came to fight and be fighting each other, and just renders your product useless essentially. So I'll just advise you to use antioxidants in the morning and benzoyl peroxide at night if you want to combine both of them in your routine. And that group of ingredients that you shouldn't combine with benzoyl peroxide are brightening ingredients that fight hyperpigmentation. So I didn't particularly read this anywhere, but I heard Dr. Alexis, she's an American-based dermatologist. She explained why these ingredients don't go together. Now, according to her, the free radicals produced by the benzoyl peroxide will bind to these brightening ingredients and render them inactive, useless, essentially. Even though I didn't read this up anywhere, it makes a whole lot of sense, even without her saying it. Because just think about it. Using a benzoyl peroxide gel, then topping it up with a hydroquinone-based product, it doesn't even sound right. Most times when I'm advising people fighting hyperpigmentation and acne, I usually suggest that you focus on the acne first, so use your benzoyl and everything, and when you have that under control, you then start using products that will target hyperpigmentation. But that's why azelaic acid stands out though. I'm digressing, but please bear with me. Azelaic acid fights acne and hyperpigmentation at the same time. It's an ingredient that you should try out if you have both skin concerns. So that's that about benzoyl. It's not really a very friendly ingredient, obviously. Then salicylic acid. Now salicylic acid is not advisable to be mixed with other acids at the same time. Now, unlike benzoyl peroxide that actually cancels out some ingredients that I pointed out, now this is not from a place of cancelling out, it's from a place of sensitivity. So one of the side effects of salicylic acid is that it can be very drying. So you want to pair salicylic acid with moisturizing things. Now salicylic acid, moisturizing and soothing ingredient. Now imagine using a salicylic acid cleanser, then following it up with an AHA serum, then an AHA moisturizer. You're just over exfoliating and increasing your chances of sensitivity, inflammation, and hyperpigmentation, which is contrary to everything that you want, especially as a black person. Do you understand? So you don't want to mix salicylic acid with other like exfoliating acids. If you want to use both of them, use them at different times, preferably alternate days. You get me? You get my point? Yeah. Also, you don't want to mix salicylic acid with other salicylic acid products. Honestly, this is, if you're a skin enthusiast, this should be a no-brainer for you. But if you're not, you'll be surprised how common this is. See someone with a salicylic acid wash, then a salicylic acid toner, then a salicylic acid serum, then a salicylic acid moisturizer. Come on now. Just one product is fine. One product is just fine. Please stop it, I beg. Also, you don't want to combine salicylic acid and retinoids. Once again, they don't cancel each other out, but from a standpoint of sensitivity, the side effect of using retinoids is usually dryness, peeling, and irritation. The side effect of salicylic acid is dryness. So you don't want to use two drying ingredients at the same time. Alternate them, please, alternate them. Also, salicylic acid and adapalene. Same thing, adapalene, the type of retinoids. Why did I separate themselves? Well, same thing applies. Adapalene, retinoids, all the same thing. Avoid using salicylic acid and retinoids at the same time. Now then, retinoids. Now the things that you should not mix with retinoids. I've already touched on some already. Avoid mixing salicylic acids and retinoids. They are both drying. Avoid mixing salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide. No. Avoid mixing salicylic acid and retinoid. They are both drying. Avoid mixing retinoids and benzoyl peroxide. They cancel each other out. An exception being adapalene. I pointed that out. Also, retinoids and vitamin C. Now, why this doesn't work is vitamin C, especially L-ascorbic acid, works better at a lower pH, whereas retinoids operate better more in a neutral like pH, like somewhere around 5 to 5.5 thereabouts. Do you get? So using them together just neutralize each other, except if the product was formulated together. I explained that in the beginning. Also, you don't want to use retinoids and AHAs. So AHAs, one of the side effects is stinging and irritation and burning sensation, whereas retinoids are drying and peeling. You don't want to be experiencing dryness, peeling, burning, stinging, irritation at the same time. Then AHAs. Now AHAs include lactic acid, glycolic acid, mandelic acid, glycolic being the most potent and most irritating, yet most effective. Do you get? You don't want to mix salicylic acid and other exfoliating acids, so salicylic acid and BHAs, for the reasons I mentioned, too much irritation. You don't want to mix salicylic acid and you don't want to mix mix AHAs and retinoids. So it's pretty much the same thing, honestly speaking. I'm just like repeating myself essentially. I think I've pretty much covered the popular ingredients that we usually use. Also, you have to be very careful when you are using, not very careful, don't mix vitamin C and copper peptides. So copper peptides are, moisturizing and anti-aging. Vitamin C is also anti-aging. So it may make sense in theory that they are both anti-aging, let's put them together, double dose. No, that's not how it works. Now, the copper in copper peptides can increase or speed up the degradation of the vitamin C. I know vitamin C is already very unstable. Also, acidic pH of the vitamin C can disrupt the peptides from actually working. Yeah, I think I've covered all the popular ingredients. For ingredients like niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, what other popular ingredients? For these two, they go well with a lot of things. Yeah, but most importantly, aside ingredients that cancel each other out, like the ones I mentioned, benzoyl peroxide and vitamin C, benzoyl peroxide and retinoids, vitamin C and copper peptides, except these ones, every other thing is a personal thing. It's not advisable to use them together, but if you have been using them and it has worked for you, that's fine. If you haven't used them, I would advise you take it slow. Don't use them. But if you think your skin is tough, you can try them out, and if it doesn't affect you in any way, that's fine still. There are no rules to these things. Like, most importantly, listen to your skin. If you are doing something and your skin is angry, it is sensitive, then just stop it. Do you get? Even the things that we say that you can mix, if you try them on your skin and it doesn't work for you, then just stop. Your skin has the final say. Every other thing is just the banter. Do you understand? Your skin has the final say. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I couldn't touch on every ingredient there is. If there are combinations, once again, if there are combinations that you want my opinion on, please leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye. Their sole ambition is to neutralize Their sole ambition is to neutralize. Where am I? Oh, this camera is very funny. Yes. So what was I even saying? Benzoyl peroxide. Is it recording? Okay. Yeah. So for example.